So now you guys can see here there are multiple files, 1 2 3 4. Now I'll just click on each file. So this file, so I don't know this, no. So I'm contact, blog and about HTML. Now you see all of these four files, okay, the index.html, contact.html, blog.html and about.html has something in common, some lines of code in common which are repeating. So first identify what should be common in all the pages. So for that, how do you see? You click on home, okay, you click on about, you click on blog, you click on contact. So what remains same here? What is remaining the same when you click on these four links? Which part is not changing? You see this is changing. I can see that right in the front. So which part is changing? Oops. Oh, I don't know how to. It's giving me a trouble. Above part is not changing. Okay, so now here I say integration. So above part. So let's call that above part be header. Okay, so header is not changing, and let's observe what else is not changing here. So I come here, okay, this particular part, let's see. So I click on blog, so I come down, down, and you see this is still not changing, it's the same. Alright, then I click on about. So about, something is coming up there and still this is not changing. So even the bottom part is not changing. So for that purpose I call the bottom as footer. Okay, so the rest of the content which is changing I call it as content. So now in every page there are three parts: a header part, a footer part and a content part, wherein the header and footer remain the same, they don't change, whereas the content keeps on changing. So now what I can do, instead of loading all these files, I can just separate the header and footer, and every time, just like a JavaScript file, I call them inside my main content file. Okay, so how do I include a file, an external file in JavaScript? Any idea, you guys? How do I include an external file in JavaScript? No idea? You know about jQuery? How do you include jQuery files? No, you don't know? Okay, fine. So, Taufik, you have any answer for this? So in JavaScript, this is how I include an external JavaScript file. Okay, in JavaScript, this is the way we include an external JavaScript file. Whereas in PHP, we have two built-in functions, include and require. Okay, and they have include once, they have variations too, require once. Alright, so just like this is how we include. So now we'll see the syntax of include and require. So the syntax is same for both: include, path to file. Okay, and the same is for require. So it is require, path to file. Alright, like such, the same is for include once, I don't know, something's really going wrong with my cursor. So require ones, the same syntax. So now when we have the same syntax here, why do we really need these many functions? Do you get the doubt? The same question. So when the syntax is really same, why do you really need these many functions? Right? It looks like crazy. When it can be, right? So now there's a slight difference. I say not slight difference. There's a major difference, and this is an interview question actually. People ask this question in interviews. So let's see what we got in there. So the difference is, now these work the same when the file is present in the required path. Whatever the path we mentioned over there, if the file is present there, it definitely works. But when the file is not present, okay, include will run the execution, require will stop the execution and throw an error. Okay, now include once and include. So this name itself says, using include you can include a file multiple times, whereas using include once you can only include once. Okay, let's see in a practical example the real differences between these, what really happens when the file is absent, what really happens when the file is present. Okay, so for that purpose, let's go ahead and see our code there. Okay, are you guys following me? So this is really important. They'll ask you in interviews like, hey, what's the difference between include and require, which we'll be seeing in a practical example. Okay, and again include and include once. So require and require once the same thing. Like require will used to require, like, include the files multiple times, whereas require once is used to include only just once. Okay, let me just extend this time by 15 minutes and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So you guys just be here, or I don't know, even if you guys want to take a break, you can take a break. So 2 minutes break.